Okay, so today's like day one of the testosterone research. Um, okay, let me just spit some what I learned today. It's only 10 o'clock right now. I did like a couple hours of research on testosterone, and let me say what I got. Let me see what I got. Active recalling, okay. Active recalling instead of reviewing through notes. Basically testing myself on what I just learned a few hours ago. What is testosterone? Well, testosterone is like the male hormone in the body, in which male and females both have testosterone. It's just that males have like 7 to 8 times more than the average female, right? So it's labeled as the male sex hormone. Where the testosterone is produced is inside the testes, which is also known as your balls, and a very small amount of it is in the, what is that called? Like the thing on top of the kidneys. It's the freak. I forgot. Ah. But yeah. Testosterone can be turned into estrogen, but that's like a 1%, less than a 1% chance. Less than 1% of testosterone is converted into estrogen, right? So how is it actually produced? So yeah, it's produced in your testicles, but then in your testes, because that's plural. But then what signals to start creating it or stop creating testosterone is the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus. It's the thing that regulates your body. It's your body's thermostat. It's the thing that creates homeostasis. Homeostasis means like balance, So it regulates your temperature and everything. Just basically the regulator of your body. Okay, so that's the hypothalamus. And then, so the hypothalamus is like that big boy control center regulator of your body. What it does, it sends a signal to the anterior pituitary gland, which is basically just the bad boy, the big boy, the specific one for the specific regulator for your testosterone. That's the specific regulator for testosterone. So that's the one that gets to say, okay, so how much testosterone are we getting in the testes? If it's a lot, we'll stop creating testosterone. If it's too little, we'll start creating more testosterone. That's what that pituitary, you know what I mean? Anterior pituitary gland. Oh my gosh, I'm not good at medical terminology. Yeah. Anyway, I don't like it. I don't like saying that. No, pituitary. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Anyway, so that's how it's produced. Some of the facts that I researched on of testosterone is, okay, when you're in the womb and you're like you're a fetus, you're not actually a male or female yet until testosterone is introduced. When testosterone comes in and like starts going inside the fetus, inside that membrane fluid, whatever, inside that fluid, that's when testosterone is introduced. It starts creating your sex organs, your reproductive organs, aka your balls and your penis, right? So it starts creating those things and starts making you actually differentiate from a male and a female, basically. And then after the womb, which, that's just a cool fact. Like, it's not completely applicable. Some effects would include the deepening of your voice because the expansion of the Adam's apple. I think that's called like the larynx. This is the larynx, the vocal box is called the larynx. I believe it to be so. Facial hair, testosterone, because testosterone. Muscle development. I think it's called anabolism. It basically makes those small things like protein and makes them into bigger things called muscle. Converts protein into muscle. I think that's why men are able to build muscle faster and bigger and more than women because testosterone it helps create bigger, better muscles. You know what I mean? That's why women, even though they work out, they won't get as big as men. They just won't. Okay. Bone density, that too. Testosterone helps increase your bone density and all of that. There's the last one. I mean, not the last one, but the one that really caught my eye is that it's like increased testosterone. Like it stimulizes the reward center of your brain. Or there's more activity in the reward center of your brain. I forgot what that part is called. But that's the one that actually we should learn more about this because that's the one that is practical. That's the one that that actually influences a lot of what people think masculinity is. Because if our reward center of the brain is getting more activity, that means that it basically is that part of our brain that makes us more risk takers. We're more likely to take risk because we perceive there to be value in the risk. You know what I mean? We perceive there to be a reward from doing that risk. So if there's more stimulus in that reward center, if we think that we're going to get more rewards, that is contributed to more testosterone. I don't know if that makes sense. So increased testosterone means that part of our brain is going to have more activity, making us more risk takers. And I think that's why, there's also the thing that aggression is associated with testosterone. But the research says there's no direct link. And the reason why I believe that they believe it to be so is that it has something to do with the reward center. I mean, there's other things that have to do with it, but I think my hypothesis on this is that increased testosterone will make some people have more aggression. That's just because the reward center is being stimulated, and then the knowledge, their own knowledge at that current moment is hey, if I become more aggressive, I'll be able to take this. I'll be able to get this reward. That's why I think some people believe that increased testosterone means more aggression, when in actuality it means that your rewards part of your brain is being more active. And I think it's just that majority of the time, people with high testosterone that pushes for aggression, because they did it on a study with prison inmates, it's just because they didn't have the knowledge to they didn't have the right knowledge. It's to do the action without aggression, if you know what I mean. To get the reward without the aggression, if you know what I mean, right? So there's no direct correlation between high testosterone and aggression. I believe that aggression came because of the reward system. We think that aggression comes from being aggressive will lead to this reward. Okay, so that's my hypothesis on that. I really want to do more research on that one because that's the main thing we want to increase our testosterone, is because we want to be able to take more risk. We want to be able to do more, pursue our goals and ambition, because pursuing our goals and ambition stimulates our reward system better. To push beyond your fear. If we increase our testosterone, our activity up there would make us want to do it more than the cost, more than the risk. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, so that's what I've been researching on. I want to take a little bit. It's only 10 o'clock right now, so we'll go back and research more about that part of the brain and the reward center. I keep calling it reward center. I'm pretty sure there's a name for it, a cerebral cortex or something like that. Apologies if the wind is messing you guys up. But is there anything else that I wanted to expand on? Oh yeah, so the social it has good link between social, what's that called? Social status. Because, get status, it's like rewarding, We think there was a study where they tested generosity and aggression, increased testosterone. People were more likely to be more generous just because, and the conclusion I came up with that was just because if they're more generous, they're higher in the perception from others, like pretty high. People will perceive them better if you are more generous, right? And again, it's like that. Yeah. So it has everything to do with the reward system. That's what I am leaning towards right now. So we'll come back with you with more data. It's only 10:30 right now, so you'll see me in 1 second, but that's like a few hours from now. So I'll see you later. We're back. 2:40 right now. Did 2 hours worth of research, and then a little break in between, watching some Sam Sulek. Anyway, so what I got, expansion on that reward system. I'm gonna be like this because it kind of seems kind of loud here, or that aircon up there. But expansion on the reward system, dopamine. Dopamine is the feel-good hormone, or the motivational hormone, which in turn, testosterone increases your dopamine. That's the main takeaway. And dopamine in and of itself can be a video on its own, can be its own topic. Like, you could go down the rabbit hole of dopamine and where you get it from. Cheap dopamine, like things that are making you, stimulating you to do things, to motivate things. But yeah, it is a fact. Testosterone increases dopamine. Okay, so what else did I learn? What do you eat to increase testosterone? Testosterone is made from cholesterol. You guys know that. And so all the fat doctors and all the people that say high cholesterol is bad, cholesterol is the thing that creates testosterone. So having high cholesterol does not mean it's bad. So things that are high in cholesterol, like they say like the go-to thing for testosterone is eggs. Just like eggs. It's high in cholesterol, has protein, so it's like go to have 4 eggs a day, bro. Legit. That's gonna be my go-to breakfast / pre-workout. Eggs. It's like natural testosterone boosters. But yeah. Oh, but there's also this. It's not like if you just take eggs, your testosterone will increase. The testosterone and the other hormones and the receptors from the brain and everything, they're all interconnected. So it's not just about eating eggs will increase testosterone. It's a lifestyle, basically. You have to change your whole lifestyle, because what boosting your testosterone, the way I see it, it's you need a survival mindset, a warrior mindset, basically, because the only reason why your body would want to increase your testosterone is to survive, right? If you're being put in unchallenging situations, and situations where you don't need testosterone, your body will not need to create testosterone. That is why people who just sit around, like me, I'm just sitting down here on a bench all day, every day, 8 hours a day. They don't have that much high testosterone because they don't need to have high testosterone. They don't need to be having competitiveness. They don't need to have that competitiveness. So the body automatically thinks okay, we don't need to generate more testosterone. We don't need to create more testosterone. So if we are young, ambitious men that want to increase that testosterone, we have to make our body recognize that, hey, we're living this kind of lifestyle. We need more testosterone if we want to live. That's basically what we want our body we want to tell our body. So in order to do that, that's when you have to like, okay, compete. Like competition and testosterone is intercorrelated, not intercorrelated, but it's like a positive feedback loop. If you increase your testosterone, you increase your competitiveness, and if you increase your own competitiveness, you increase your testosterone, right? So just by competing in and of itself, your testosterone increases. Okay, so that's one of the major things that can increase testosterone. Sunlight. We went over sunlight a little bit, but like vitamin D3, I think that's what it's called. Vitamin D3 is like the second best thing behind testosterone for a man. The second best compound that a man needs is vitamin D3. So getting that sunlight in, like 30 minutes of sunlight, having your eyes like looking at the sun, it's just like there's a whole bunch of like research on it. I mean, maybe I'll go into it in the future, but in the very bro science short term, like having your eyes in sunlight, like I don't think it needs to be the directly sunlight, but you just do it. Just, I mean, don't blind yourself. Come on, common sense. But like, having sunlight in your eyes will help create more testosterone in your testes. And going into the testes, there's a varicose. That's a condition in your when you're. So I'm just spitting all the things that I learned. So it's not even like a specific thing right now. I know I said I was going to go specific into the reward system. The reward system is just not one part of the brain. I just realized it's like interconnected with other parts of your brain, and yeah, dopamine and all of that. So there's that. So back to varicocele. Varicocele is when basically it's when the veins in your nutsack is like gets tangled, and it's very bad. It's very bad for us men because it leads to infertility, and it leads to like low sperm count. Basically, like our balls won't be able to function if the not organs, veins in your testicles is tangled, bro. It's really bad for you as a man. And if you don't know what infertility is you not being able to have children. That is infertility. So as a guy, your sperm doesn't work. Yeah. So that's bad. You get it checked. Get that checked out. If you do have it, so what it is. What you would do is like an actual like 3D scan, like actually just like feel if you have like a lump or a rigidness or something abnormal with your testicles. If you do, that's not a complete sign, but that's a good sign to go to the doctor. That's not a complete sign that it is varicocele. But it's a sign that you should probably go get it checked with the doctor and then let them see if it's a varicocele. Because, dude, if it really is varicocele, there's a lot of people that do have it and they don't know. And it leads to infertility. And it's just like imagining telling your future wife that you can't have children because you're infertile. That's wild. So getting that checked as a young man is very, 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 very important. Hamza got it. A lot of other kids in Adonis, not a lot of other kids, but there's a bunch of people in the world that have it and they don't know it. So getting that checked is very good. So back to testosterone. It's a lifestyle, as I said before, and it won't happen instantly. Oh, I also forgot to mention that we got to we won't actually know for sure how our testosterone, like how high is our testosterone, 800 nanoliter or something like that, right? So the best way to do it is to actually go get a test. So I think I'll probably get a blood test, a testosterone test, somewhere between now and the next 3 months. I'm kind of broke right now, so I'm gonna need find a way to make some cash. And then do some research on how much a blood test costs. But like, figuring out how much testosterone you have, and free testosterone. Free testosterone is basically the testosterone that isn't that's floating around in your bloodstream that isn't connected to another, I think, receptor or another thing that, it's just floating around. That's besides the point. I'm not that. I can't tell you guys much about that because I don't really know much about that. But what else? It's gonna take a while for somebody to do this. Flies landing on my arm like 5 times in a row. It's gonna take a while for us to increase your testosterone. You can increase your testosterone, but you won't see the side effects because there isn't enough receptors in the body. Okay, wait. So let me kind of rambling on. I need to structure it a little bit. So let's say every guys and girls, they all have a certain amount of testosterone. I have to hold up. I have to use one hand, okay? So men usually have, normally, our testosterone is like up here and our estrogen level is like right here, right? So that's usually the balance of how our testosterone and estrogen levels are. The testosterone is a male hormone, estrogen is a female hormone. That's how the balance should be. It's like testosterone is high, estrogen low. That's good. When you become fat, when you have a bad lifestyle and all of that stuff, you become a couch potato, you live like how society makes you live conventionally. Your estrogen starts to rise up and even balance out, like your testosterone and your estrogen is like even. That's not good. And if your estrogen is higher and your testosterone is lower, like that's bad. That's hella bad. That's when men actually get like man titties. That's when they get like that freaking fat ass stomach, right? That's when they get like what's that called? Gyno. That's why they have low competitiveness, low libido, low sex drive, low like they just, I guess, aren't masculine. They're more feminized biologically, right? And yeah, that's bad. We want it to be like this, and like high testosterone, low estrogen. And so let's say it is already bad. It's bad already. So you got your testosterone here, your estrogen's higher. It's gonna take a while for it to. If it's not already permanently damaged, it's gonna take a long time before it can actually you can fix it. So that's just okay. The reason why it's gonna take a while is because with the higher estrogen, lower testosterone, there's gonna be less receptors in your overall body that grabs your testosterone, because there's like these little receptors that on your body that grabs testosterone, and it signals, okay, let's go build more muscle here, right? So let's say I have there's like receptors in my chest, right? When I work out and stuff, there's gonna be a receptor there that grabs the testosterone and tells that receptor like, okay guys, let's go put some muscle here. And that's why so that's how people build muscle. The testosterone goes there like, hey, let's go build some. I just said that like 3 times in a row. Woo. The reason why it's going to take a while is that you could increase the testosterone in your body, but there won't be that many receptors. I forgot what the guy called it. Because there won't be that many receptors, because your body didn't need there to be that many receptors, it won't pull in that testosterone and tell it to build more muscle. That is why there's like a lot of people that when they go to the gym, even though they work hard, they don't build muscle as efficiently as possible, right? So that's because it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take a lot of time, and your body just needs to adapt to that harsh environment of you going to the gym every single day for months, probably even a year. You need it to be for a year before your body actually recognizes and adapts to, like, oh shoot, I need to create some more receptors in the body so I can use this testosterone because I got, you know what I mean? So basically what I'm trying to say is that it's going to take a while. So between tests, like practically, if I take my testosterone test like from now and to like the end of this year, which is like December 2023, I'll probably wait until like another 6 months at the very least to get another testosterone check. So, and yeah, so I don't even want to assume what my testosterone levels are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's lower because I haven't really been working out because of this thing. I'm gonna get this checked tomorrow. But yeah, there was a lot to talk about. Exercising in sunlight is a go-to. Like 100% exercising in the sun boosts your testosterone. It's just overall better because it just is. But there was a thing about another study done that there was a study saying that those who work out like super long actually gets decreased testosterone from those who work out just less than those guys. So the guys that work out less than the guys who work out more have more testosterone, have a more increased testosterone. The reason why is cortisol. Cortisol is like, it's not the opposite of testosterone, but it does the opposite. When testosterone increases, cortisol decreases. Cortisol is the stress hormone. So when you're stressed, cortisol, I think, I need to do more research on this, but this is from my understanding right now, cortisol increases when you are under stress. So when you're under physical stress, your cortisol increases, right? And with that, on the opposite end, your testosterone decreases. But I need to do more research on that. Okay, so don't quote me on it yet. I'm still like trying to understand. But yeah, what else? Oh, it's already 60 minutes, so it's gonna be a 30-minute some video. It's okay. What else? Vitamin D. Oh, plastics. Plastics are the worst. Estrogenics. So what estrogenics are is basically things that destroy your testosterone, eliminate testosterone, and increasing the estrogen in your body. So anything that increases estrogen in your body. So the number one estrogenic thing out there is plastic. Plastic is a man-made substance. When you come into contact with it, especially when it's hot, because what it is, like, the research says that when like a plastic bottle, you don't want to drink from a hot plastic bottle, water from a hot plastic bottle, because the plastic melts into the water itself, and all the estrogenic properties of plastic goes into start drinking it, and it goes into your body. But then again, estrogenic stuff isn't just limited to what you consume and what you inhale. It's also what you touch. So like receipts are estrogenic, but mainly plastic. That's where we're going at. And like, if you don't think like, well, just touching plastic, yes, just touching plastic. It's like a cream. You know how creams, like, you just put it on you, and then it works on your skin. It's the same thing with estrogenic. Everything that's estrogenic, it will affect you just by touching it. So plastic is a very bad, a practical thing to do about it. Bad for your testosterone because it increases your estrogen levels. It mimics an estrogen. Yeah. So practical thing is don't drink from plastic bottles. Get a a stainless steel hydro flask or something. Don't drink from it. And this one's a kind of a hard one because almost like there's like 1,000 things like in a 6 feet radius from you that are plastic. Like legit, I think I might just throw away this phone case too. I'm gonna throw away this phone case after this video. This phone case is plastic. So yeah, this is a hard one because even your food is wrapped in plastic, and the meat that you eat is wrapped in plastic. So a lot of the things, like if we're not rich as kids, we're gonna have to just take the L. But just 1% wins, slowly, like trying to upgrade the things we have. Like, okay, get rid of this plastic case that we have. Stop putting our phone in our pocket because the radiation from the 5G, LG is going into our bones. And even though it's low levels of radiation, over time, that radiation is going into your testicles and destroying your sperm. So don't do that. That wasn't plastic related, but like changing your water bottle into a metal hydro flask or a glass bottle, drinking from those instead, or glass, not bottle. I think you could drink from a glass bottle too, but yeah, changing that, just slowly changing it will be like up in your lifestyle little by little. And this again goes with the concept of you don't need more, you just need less. You need to take out more things away from your life. Like you need to take out the sugars. Sugars are bad for testosterone. You need to take out the plastic. You need to take out the yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that was a fully packed one, 20-some minutes, fully packed. And I'm pretty sure there was more to go, but we ended off there. That was just day one of the research. I think I'm going on a broad spectrum of just broadly testosterone and stuff. I think in the future we're diving deeper into like the different more specific ones. Like we can make a whole entire essay on estrogenic stuff. Can make a whole entire essay on how testosterone affects our behavior, and all of that stuff. But for now, I think in this first week, we're gonna get the general things out of the way, the overall picture out of the way, and yeah. So the main takeaway, guys, that disciplined lifestyle. I think that's all we need, because the only reason our body will want to increase the testosterone in it is for survival. So putting ourselves into the situation where our body needs to increase the testosterone to survive is the way to go. So that means competing with others, because competition increases testosterone. That means working out, going and getting out sunlight, all of that stuff. Okay. Let me see should I put timestamps? I should put some timestamps on this sucker. Okay, so we'll see you later. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do more research, and yeah, 22 minutes. See you later. Okay. Okay. Bye. Estrogenics.